Season 1, Episode 3, let's get into it. A Beast of the Temple. So we are in Thailand for this episode, and something is destroying the rice paddies in the forests in this town. The locals seem to think it's something called Phi Phok, which is a dragon beast. And why do they think that? Because they see it right here. Gaia is aware of all this and calls the Planeteers together. Now, she has no idea what's going on. Basically, she's the spirit of the earth, but is sending 5 teenagers to go figure out what is destroying a village in Thailand. Good luck. What's actually happening is it's our old friend, Hoggish Gridley, and Rigger from episode 1. They're back from the wildlife preserves, and they're ready to strip mine for rubies. Their plan is to use Phi Phok, which is actually their machine, to dig up rubies, while at the same time destroy the town so all the villagers leave. So the Planeteers fly out of Thailand, and luckily Guy knows somebody there named Nuwak. They arrive and all the villagers are hiding. They're afraid of the Geo Cruiser that they flew in. Wheeler's really not buying the entire situation, even though he has seen the damage on TV. He has some pretty culturally insensitive words for the people there, just really not believing what they're telling him. But he's American, so that tracks. Luckily, Wheeler doesn't have to wait long. They encounter Phi Phok. The Planeteers use their individual powers to try to get rid of him, but nothing really seems to work. What happens is Phi Phok sets the entire forest on fire. Guy and Kwame try to put it out with their powers, but it just spreads too quickly, so they have to end up calling Captain Planet. Look at that mouth. Captain Planet arrives and shows off his diving skills because, gay, but ends up diverting a river to put out the fire, and then just leaves. Nobody addresses the dragon. The Planeteers still realize there's a job to do, and they decide to split up to go find it, because working together they couldn't defeat the dragon, so in groups of 2 should be successful. Fortunately, Wheeler and Linka get paired up together. Tons of flirting happens in about 10 seconds. They're almost kissing, and then Phi Phok shows up to screw it up. They run. Linka gets trapped by a tree root. Wheeler tries to be the hero and leads the dragon away. Ultimately, he gets captured, and the dragon takes him away back to Hoggish Gridley's lair. Linka is super distraught, and the Planeteers start tracking Wheeler down now. Guy follows the robot's footsteps and ultimately ends up in the river, chased by crocodiles, and then this amazing footage behind me of Linka summoning a tornado and tossing the alligator down the river is pretty amazing. I said alligator, but I mean crocodile. Guy ends up going into the temple that Wheeler is trapped in by swimming through an underground river, and we end up with one of the most badass images in any 90s cartoon. Yeah, I'm quiet. Guy cuts the ropes that Wheeler is trapped in, but even though she was doing this, they still got caught. So because Guy can control water, she uses the underground river and floods the temple, which seems like it would destroy an ancient site. Everybody gets washed away. But Hoggish and Rigger summon the dragon again, so the Planeteers summon their Captain Planet. Next, we just have a really quick action sequence. Captain Planet, of course, wins. Hoggish and Rigger escape again. And they end up making Nuwak an honorary Planeteer. Why? He didn't really do much, but... Oh, and after destroying Phi Phok, Captain Planet recycles all those parts and builds a cultivator. So now the village can plant rice with this machine. There's a lot going on in this episode. We have more progression of the Linka Wheeler romance. We possibly met one of Guy's old boyfriends. And religious cultural sites were completely destroyed in Thailand. Sadly, these scenarios are still happening today. The world mines for precious metals for their electronics, but we'll dive into that in my next episode.
Until then, the power is yours.